Hello, Grainville and welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy. We are rejoining the 12th mission of the Scottish Corridor campaign. We are assaulting on a chateau just outside Grainville with some elements of the Cameroons Sea Company. So we are 12 minutes into this 40 minutes episode. So thus far the main thrust has been to reposition all our troops to kind of push through along this left flank. We have taken out one sniper in this central building complex. We've identified some additional infantry in here, although I haven't done much with them yet. We're also aware of a half track and a machine gun or an infantry position with a machine gun in foxholes that we're doing our best to kind of avoid, really. We have about half the strength that our full complement would have just due to losses in the last mission, so I'm really doing everything I can to minimise further casualties and concentrate our strength really on the objective. The objective has got some pretty nice line of sight breaks from the position over here, so really if we can kind of push in through the back and clear and take out the chateau, and I just don't really give a toss about what these guys are going to do as long as it's not inflicting casualties upon myself. Yeah, and that's the name of it. We're pushing our first kind of scout team through this wheat field at the far left. Really want to get a position up along the hedgerow just to make sure it's clear before we send the rest of our troops along. We have seen some sporadic machine gun fire from this foxhole position at these scouts as they cross, so we're considering maybe kind of dropping some smokes when we start pushing the rest of our troop out, or something of that ilk. We'll wait and see. I've not made a firm decision on that. But without further ado, maybe we will just crack on. I have actually also asked my sniper to reposition. I'm going to bring him down into the first story of this house here, so you get eyes on there. So there's a German machine gun position over in this direction, which has been taking random pot shots at my truck. I've not identified exactly where they are. I guess they're in amongst the bocage somewhere. And then I'm just doing some repositioning with my brain carriers. Oh, right. What have we seen? See if you've picked up a sniper. You have. Excellent. So the German sniper that was here, we did catch sight of someone giving him buddy aid. It would appear that they have picked up his rifle and his mantle, so to speak. So we're going to have to try and take him out as well, which is going to expose these guys slightly. Okay. That's something to bear with. Fair play to the Germans there. Good use of their equipment. I mean, they're if they get bogged down, as long as they don't needlessly take casualties, it's not the end of the world. Just trying to release the pressure on here. I do feel though, whenever I move, my sniper team is generally suddenly when their previous position becomes inherently useful again. Right. Let's say Levy. You. Let's jump to command phase. I want you to again take some pot shots at sniper and see if he can go the same way of the last guy. Fine, I'll leave you where you are, I suppose. You guys have made it all the way here. I'm gonna leave you there to see what you see. I might bring you back then, actually. In fact, let's. I had been about to swing him maybe around over the far left flank to support the infantry push there, but I'm happy to expend a little bit more time and effort. How are we not have line of sight from this position? Ooh, where have you gone? Thank you all. From here, we are going to target that. Thank you very much. Alright, see if we can send the second sniper the same way as the first. Meanwhile, all the troops are moving along here quite happily. Scouts are out. You're lined up. We've got. Okay, this is one I'll have to be aware for my waypoint marking. I would assume the easiest course for him to get to this point would be to come through this gap in the hedge here. But instead he's decided to go out to field and then along, which is, I suppose, giving him more exposure to potentially the MG team over there if they make the spot. So that's something to be aware of when we actually push forward with the rest of our troops, which we're going to have to do very shortly. So we are somewhat running out of time. Right, our last section here needs to get themselves along. In fact, I may even give you a jog order down here, just to catch them up slightly. You have no idea what you're doing. Do you know what? If you can hide there, then fine, hide there. Okay, let's push on to the next minute. Our brain gun will go up. Nope, our firebase at the back there, at least doing some work. Not much, I suspect. You never know. Why are you not firing? What do you mean, where is he? He's right in front of you. There we go. Fortunately, the building doing its job of protection. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not even getting to suppress him this time. What about our final carrier? Oh, I need the guy in the back getting involved. I mean, that's a lot of guns pointed at him, which I'd like to think would bring us some kind of result. Now, I thought there was another... No, I do think there's another infantry section in here because there was some machine gun fire. Now, do I want to keep you guys where you are, where you can see the downstairs windows? Do you know, I will. I'll keep it for another minute at least. Where is your friend? Oh, he's back there. Okay, the marksman's in a good position. That's alright. And maybe these chaps get pushed up against that hedgerow just to see what they can see. I'm definitely getting these guys killed before the mission's out. Right. So far, so good at pushing up across this field here, which I'm pleased about. Very pleased about. We will stick you guys up against the bocage in case we need some support, and I kind of feel like it's time to start maybe getting ready to push out some infantry. Why don't I swing, say, you guys over this way and out to this far side, and we'll get their replacement team to come in and chill there. I may split up the teams. I'll do that off camera, and once they're out in the field and get them to move separately, just to spread them out, and that way, if there is any, you know, casualties or fire, I should say, minimise the effect of the casualty because we won't be grouped up. Let's push on with the next minute, and then I might take a wee cut away to check what's going on. I've got a P8 team there. I need to decide what I'm doing with. But I shan't do that now. Let's go. I'm really hoping since there's enough automatic fire there. Yeah. He's gone to ground. I'd rather have killed him, unsurprisingly. I suppose at least he's not taking pot shots. He is tying up 2 brain carriers though. But we haven't seen, interestingly enough, any more contact of infantry in the bomb, so perhaps it was not infantry we saw with the automatic rifle. I'm not sure. Not sure. As long as our left flank remains peaceful, I'll be relatively happy. You unsuppressed and shooting again. He is. Man won't stay down. At some point, I think he's going to start inflicting casualties. Okay, so we now have the big decision of, do I once again relocate my sniper? Yeah, I think that's just going to be yes, isn't it? Up here, because we know from this position you do have a nice line of sight into that, so that's what we're going to do. I would like to try and push forward with this team as well, which is dangerous unless he's suppressed, which he... it's kind of a bit of a 50-50 sometimes, to be honest. That's a lot of ground to cover with an angry sniper pointing at you. Let's see if we can maybe scoot up a little bit this turn, go to ground, and then maybe if we can get the guy suppressed, we can push in and then deal with them close quarters. Alright, good. Okay, I'm going to put a quick cut and just do check rest of my movement orders, but I think we'll just keep pushing forward as we are. Okay, movement orders given. Let's crack on. See if we can't deal with our sniper friend. Let's maybe zoom in a little bit on this action. This is all that's really happening, hopefully. I see a lot of automatic fire, but I think he's going to take some pot shots. They're going to hurt us eventually. My one hope is he's not a trained marksman, so he hopefully won't be as good. Oh, where's he off to? Running away? Really? Oh, hang on. No, he's back. He's done the thing I didn't want him to do. He's changed windows. So he can now see these guys. Okay. That means I'm going to have to reposition my Brens, because their suppressed fire at this end of the building is going to be pretty useless. See, not even bothered. Check for effectiveness. Doesn't look like we've taken any casualties at least, so I'm pleased enough with that. Oh, speaking of, we've taken a casualty here, which may actually have been from these guys back here. Yeah, we've just strayed slightly too far to the right. Oh, actually right and left. Alright, you boys are just going to keep your heads down, I think. It's not a, not a very safe place for you to be. Okay, so we do have to watch where we're going. Let's go into command phase. I would like you to target the man, which may need better positioning over to about... where is it? Actually somewhere like here. The view... I'm going to need to peel back slightly. And then swing out kind of over in this direction. And then something like that, I think, is going to give you a better angle of actually inflicting some damage upon this man. The other thing we can do is I can pull you up to a fairly advanced position where hopefully you've got a reasonable line of sight. I'm slightly worried about maybe you starting to take some machine gun fire. If you do this, it'll bring attention to yourself. Might as well usually let's swing you around like this, and again see if we can't put some suppressive fire down onto that guy. As ever, having put my sniper in this position, he's going to be pretty useless unless the guy changes windows. As are you, but I'll keep you there just in case he comes back. You lads are in a whole heap of trouble. I might see if I can't crawl you a little bit. We shall do this and then we'll get you to hide. Get your breath back and then we'll see about pushing forward a slight further. There. Good. Yep, you chaps are fine, just eyes and ears. And everything seems to be going okay. I want a infantry section first. Okay, you're getting there. Just takes a bit of time. So it's probably going to take me till about, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes by the time I get myself stacked up along here, which isn't going to give me a huge amount of time to clear out the mansion, but I think it should be enough. Let's push on. Again, we're not taking casualties, which is good. I always get the windows as part of the facing thing, but it always feels like whenever you're raining fire upon an enemy position in a window, it doesn't do too much. Oh, you guys can see him, excellent. And yet, when the roles are reversed, you guys can eat MG rounds for lunch. Oh, that was promising. Oh, he's just gone to ground. Which is okay. It's okay. Yeah. I'll take it for just now. Everything else seems to be going alright. First scouts are up at this line. Excellent. Alright. So the decision we have now is around about, do I want to try and use some smoke? And I don't even know what the vision lines are here. I do. Out of range? Oh. I didn't realise how limited the range in these 2-inch mortars were. Indeed, that is too far. And obviously we could drop smoke in front of them. And maybe we shall. Why not? Let's drop some smoke. I mean, where can you see? It's in range and not out of sight. Well, that doesn't feel very effective at all. Not sure. What I'm going to do though, and I'll do it off camera, I'm going to split these guys into sections. I'm also going to bring probably this section over as well and get them to start moving up as well. I'm going to push across this field, and I'll have a think about whether I want to drop that smoke. Okay, movement orders are sorted. I did eventually decide not to bother with the smoke command. I couldn't get it in a place where I thought it was going to be particularly useful, and yeah, I thought actually there's enough trees and foliage and things in the way, but I don't think they're going to get that much line of sight to take shots at us. I may come back to eat my words, but there we go. Right, our friend here has poked his head up again. Where are you now? You're back over here. I should have, yeah, a couple of people lined up. I mean, he's a bit far away. I'm actually going to shuffle you further up next time. What's your line of sight like, or who's spotted you? Okay, a couple of people have spotted you. That looked good. Please tell me you didn't just scare him. Yes, that's 2. Sure, mate, whatever that says. That's 2 for that Bren carrier. That is a really good job. So that's 2 snipers, probably the same team. Sharing a rifle. Well, I'm happy with that. Okay, our scouts have made this line. Our sniper's getting he's getting filled himself again. Okay, this is good. So I think only interest over here in what we see in this area. Hello. Germans in foxholes. With Panzerschreck. Okay. Fair enough. I do have a bit of a choice. What else we got over here? Just a pixel tripping about where I want to use my mortar rounds, and that's one of the reasons I've been advancing this HQ unit relatively aggressively. So I want him to get in a position where he can call in the rounds while we're advancing the rest of our troop there, so we actually get to use them. So the decision is, do I want to bring them here and say just drop it on these guys, or just in this general area, because where there's one foxhole. There's probably some more. I'd love to split these guys up, given that they're all in one squad. I can't. Okay. Let's jump into command phase. You guys are merrily advancing. You are not. Let's not fix that on camera, Rick. We'll do it off camera. And aside from that, it's kind of like steady as we were. My only upsetting piece is I'm going to have a real job getting any Bren carrier support, because to get here, they've got to go around the main road, which is going to be pretty challenging. So we may have to do the last bit just for the troops. You guys are tired. I'll leave you to catch your breath before I try and push on towards that house. Do you know what, I'll let you have one more minute of it, which I again will probably come to regret. But there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go do movement commands. We'll come back and we'll push on. Okay, and back we are, and ready to crack on. So I think I'm tempted to use the mortar rounds in this forested area. I'm mean, we could just drop men in the buildings, and we know there's more infantry in the around here. I think our sniper's attracting fire with his pot shots of glory. That's fine, they're fairly ineffectual thus far. I would like to try and keep one of my snipers alive for once, so maybe I shall pull him back. Yes, my wittering. I was saying, we do know there's infantry around these woods as well. So perhaps I do just want to drop in on this area and try and take these guys on in a more conventional fight. Although they are going to have, somewhere in here is going to be an MG in a bunker, in a foxhole, sorry. Which is definitely challenging. Sniper's still having a go. But I'm probably going to pull him back for that. Okay, that was a very quiet minute. What do I want to do with you? Alright, I'm going to give you one more minute a chance for glory, and then we'll push on. We've got plenty of people marching forward here, so I don't think I need to issue any new orders. That is a lie. I need to split up this squad and get their marching orders on. Alright, I'll do that and back in a moment. Okay, there we have it. Movement split up. Let us push on. I've asked these guys to shuffle along the bocage here, because I'm going to get my headquarters unit to go that position. It's just to get some more eyes on to see what we can see. Hopefully they don't take any injuries as we step through this gap. Yeah, machine guns seem busy. Oh, okay, this is of import. Right. Let's jump back, because I saw these guys take fire. Possibly just from the building? Probably. Sounds like coming from somewhere in here. That's a good lesson actually, because I maybe want to push some guys across this field and through. I'm sure there's a second hole here, rather than have to walk across that gap. Here we go. Oh, hello, hello. Right, yeah, this is my mortar target here, isn't it? Okay. Well, that simplifies things, and in fact. Can you? I'll check it when we get to in this minute. So I want to see if he can see that area from here, or if I'm going to have to shuffle him along as well. And then we're going to leave 8 minutes, which will leave us 12 minutes for the final push in. Well, actually, plus actually it's going to be 8 minutes plus dropping time, so it's probably going to leave us 10 minutes for the final push in, which is not the end of the world. And in the meantime, we'll have to do some conventional firing on that foxhole. So you, yeah, I know you're a little bit tired. You cannot see this area, and this is going to be pretty danger close for calling in rounds, to be perfectly honest. I mean, if we just do something like... Actually, we could just do something like that, couldn't we? How's your line of sight? Obviously, you can't see behind the wall. You can see all of this stuff. See some of the things in there. I'm just thinking about how long it's going to take them to get on target. Interesting, interesting. What else have we got? No, not point target. Area target. I don't want to go too big. I think I've just done almost an identical thing again. No, it's slightly smaller this time. Do something like that. 88 meters. It's going to get this foxhole. It's going to get that house. I mean, there's a lot of open ground in here. The other option I have is just to move him here and do a much smaller circle just on that, although I'm slightly worried about how close we are. I mean, we're less than 100 meters away. Definite chance of hitting our own troops. No, I think I'm going to call in from here. Let us do that, I think. Won't get people in the buildings behind, apart from the ones that go a little bit off target. Yeah. I like it. 2. We're just going to go Heavy. Everything you've got, immediately confirm.
Hello, fire mission, over.
8 minutes. Good. And in the meantime, we'll see about... well, we don't want to stack up too much. We will have to try and engage these guys. Because I don't want to take too much fire from those troops there. One thing I am going to want to do is scout out with this brain carrier to get him peering along this driveway to see what you can see. Alright, good. I'm happy with that. I do need to split these guys up, so I will do that with the magic of editing. Okay, split up has been done. Our last troops is the firebase we did have in that building over there. Actually, part of my P8 team I've left behind, but so be it. And these guys are probably going to get to end their mission, end their walking, pretty soon. I think I'm going to spin you guys over to the right here. Let's have you head over this way. Good. Alright, let's crack on. I think it's going to be lots of fireworks in the last 10 minutes in this scenario. But that's okay. Taking our time with the setup. Again, I've done nothing with my sniper. I'm willing to pull him out. But that's okay. I'm going to keep saying it, keep not doing it, and eventually he's going to take an MG round to the face. You chaps coming under fire here. Yes. Maybe? No. Yeah, you are. Your hiding is not going well enough. Fair enough. Shall pull you out of that. I think I'll get at least a couple of Brens set up in here to hopefully try and put pressure on that foxhole. And hopefully some of the woods will break some of the line of sight from these buildings as we wait for our rounds to fall. And we'll just get our teams kind of in position along this hedgerow to then push it in the last 10. That seems reasonable. Meanwhile, since you guys are taking flight, I could just get you to hide, to be honest. Why don't I do that? Just stick your heads down, please. You're happily trundling along here. I want you to come along and have a look down. Here, tell me what you see. Dash is good. You are going to be one of the ones I want stacked up. Taking on these foxholes, we'll get you in position and we'll wait for these guys, who are a bit tired, because you're running everywhere. Well, stop running and start walking. Again, shouldn't be doing move stuff on camera, but there you go. Alright, so first section is going to get positioned over here, second section is going to go to engage this foxhole, third section will come behind and probably swing over to the left as well. Let's, should we put the brakes on this guy? As much as he's dreaming of the perfect sniper shot. I think that's exactly what we'll do. Just hide, my friends. You guys feeling any better about life? Just tiring, not tired. See if you can't get there. That's quite a crawl. You're going to be knackered by the time you get there, but we'll let you rest and recuperate once you're there. Good, let's push on. Again, it's going to be another episode of primarily setup, but that's just kind of the way this scenario's unfolded. We've lost eyes in here, but that's not the end of the world, to be honest. We know they're there. Chances of them moving are pretty slim. Like I say, my brain cars aren't going to be able to do much once we push in this final area. So getting some use out of them now would be nice. Although he's not seeing much anything, to be honest. I shall keep them there for now. Apart from that, it's all very... I don't say it's very quiet. They found my truck again, it would seem. and have knocked out my truck. Dagnammit. That's pretty frustrating. Okay, there's not much else for it, but to kind of keep going. Just throw in some movement commands here. Keep going, please. You guys are pushing on. You guys are hiding. We're just counting down. We've got plenty more minutes before that goes, so I think it's going to be another minute of just push on as we were. Praying for accurate mortars. In the eerie quiet. Then the decision to be at what point we want to stack our sections up along here and start ploughing fire into that foxhole. I'm tempted to wait until the rounds start falling, purely because I don't want to go early. Our commander takes a stray round in response from the foxholes, and then all of a sudden we don't have anyone guiding in our mortars, because that would be quite a blow to our plans, really. Very quiet. Okay. I'm going to have you scooch a little bit closer. I'm going to have you come over and potentially support, because you're not really doing anything else. Is moving in. Third section. Alright, I'll put a quick cut and we'll do movements. We'll come back. We'll probably do one more minute and then we might call this one here. Okay, and we're back. We shall kick on. Through another minute of relative peace. I'm going to bring the this Bren detachment and this, what section is this? 2 section.
Hello,
calling the famish now, just up onto positions along this road, just behind this bocage, essentially in position where they're going to move up against it. I've picked out a couple of good lines of sight. Where's that coming from? Looks to be on that. They may have come up and taken position behind this hedgerow. Okay, this is pretty bad. We do have a lot of support nearby, which is good. But there's a first casualty. I know these guys are hiding, but I'm surprised I haven't got that spot. I was perhaps foolhardy to think they would just give me the run of the place. We took one casualty there. I mean, it looked like they were right up along this hedgerow, to be perfectly honest. Interesting. Well, look, why don't we push our luck, and we'll go for another minute here. Let's go unhide you. Unless it's just through this gap. So I know you can get funky line of sight things through the area where they see, where you move through. Let's have you change your plot a little bit and come park yourself up here. Perhaps a little bit close if they are in that hedgerow, although I'm assuming they're not, given the lack of fire the rest of the time. And you're really not seeing anything in the slightest. I'm genuinely quite surprised by that. Okay. Everyone else is moving happily. Well, let's see if we can't spot these troublesome Germans. Oh, second casualty. Where are they? Okay. There's a chap there with MP40. Could it be him? No. Sorry, my cam work's terrible at the minute. I swear there's got to be someone in just in amongst it behind this hedge here. going to push these guys further along and see what I can see. That's frustrating to think 2 casualties there. I had, given this position scouts were in, assumed we kind of had, not quite free reign, but reasonable reign back here. I need to get these guys to move out of this position. It seems to be this action tile is a bad one to stand in. Oh, long. I'll have to get that corrected. And that's the minute. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. But we're not far from our mortars falling, and we're in a reasonable position to then push in on the objective. Those guys, I think, are essentially out of the picture. So I'm not overall too grumbly. I'm upset we took a couple of casualties there. I will be willing to work on that, especially with the second section coming in close behind. And again, perhaps I'll push these guys in along this hedgerow to see if we can't work out exactly what's going wrong. Although I'm slightly loath to do that because you're going to be facing a large portion of forces here. Again, we might have to wait just until those rounds start falling. Anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of this episode, and next time I think we're poised for a rather exciting one, so hope you've managed to stick with it and get us to this point. And yeah, so I will catch you all in the next one. Cheerio!